Yeah, I mean, you see what the talented offensive team Florida State is. I mean, that was just incredible. And when you put a lot of attention on one player, they're calm and they're composed and they share the ball. They don't care. They just share the ball and get it to the next player. And I thought, somebody like Brianna Turnage, right? She's 0 for 3. She doesn't have any points. But I promise you, she'll make the one more pass. And that made a big difference for them. We were kind of not. Our ball was sticking a little bit, and theirs was moving around by someone like that who's probably thinking she had a bad game. But, she did what she needed to do. And Meier Gordon with the 8 assists. So I think that was a big deal. It's like they're really, really talented, but when they haven't played well, they have not shared the ball like that, and they were willing to share it tonight because this game meant a lot to them. So credit to them. We played hard. I felt a little bit like my team wasn't as faithful in the second half, and I think it bit us in the butt because in the end there we still generated some opportunities in special situations to make it a game, and that's what Miami does. And if there's a second left on the clock, I still think we're winning. And I really need my team to sort of pick up on that spirit and that confidence to know that these games are hard. But if something's in the grasp, and you think, I was lazy on that one closeout and I just didn't feel like rebounding because I thought we were going to loot. Like, really? I mean, we had the opportunity at the end doing some very, very high-level stuff that we really practiced. So, but the story of the game is, we got 21 offensive rebounds. I mean, Shea Dwyer had 5, Jazz had 4, Z I thought was in there with 4, Tosh with 3, and we only converted that into 6 points. So that's the story of the game. You work that hard. 21 offensive rebounds is very hard to do against not even an average team. This is against a great rebounding team, and we were in there and we were working. But then I know we didn't have the composure to make the right decision, and that ended up a lot of empties. I mean, we only converted 3 of them. That's a shame, and that was the story of the game.
Questions for Jazz and Coach?
Yeah, Katie, 51 overall, 51 rebounds to 39, so you would think,
Yep.
Can you talk about Tanaya Watson? Just, she started off, you guys held her in the first quarter, she started off slow, but then she came back. What is it that makes her so tough? And the last time you played them,
Yeah.
you guys held her to 15 and like 4 of them.
Yeah, you got to build a wall, and we did. She has the ball. She has 2 eyeballs on her and 1 eye on every other team, so she's got 6 eyeballs on her at all times. You got to build a wall for Lotson. You got to build a wall for Gordon, and then somehow you got to keep Timpson off the glass. And then by the way, Amaria Gordon has 8 assists, so they're good. Right, Bajetti, big threes. So they're a tough team to defend. But what we did is, you talk about getting stuffed at the rim, or making bad decisions at the rim. If that's Lachey Dwyer in there and she's supposed to be getting back on defense, that's where Lotson got free. So there's times where I think Leah got to the rim a couple times, and so that's where you be aggressive, you go to the rim, but then how can you build a wall without the ball stopper, right? So she was beating our ball stopper. Because we were being aggressive and attacking. But if you don't finish them, it's a miss, and she got really free in transition. This stat, there's no way that they only had 14 fast break points because she had 14 on her own. There's just that stats cannot be right. She just went downhill, and we were missing, a part of the wall. And she's a great player. I mean, some of those finishes were beautiful. Some of them we didn't do much about, but some of them were beautiful.
Sure. I just want to expound on what you said. Katie, how do you even game plan around a team like this when it is not one person, it's another?
I know. I mean, and I believe we held them below their average. I mean, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we're going, your defense. Like, we held them below their average both times we played them. That's how good they are. They're really, really good. And so you can't have those empty possessions that are turnovers and, 6 steals. Maybe it wasn't that, but it was a lot of 3 or 4 of us at the rim. Z trying to put one in, Tosh trying to put one in, guards in there helping, and then they got free. That's the first drill we did. The very first thing we did, the very first day we prepped for Florida State, we did an offensive rebounding drill where we had to get the offensive rebound, and if we couldn't finish it, we pass out, and if we felt like we could finish it, we were going to hammer it home, and we didn't get to the free throw line on many of them, and that was a big deal. They really do punish you for that, but they have great interior defense too.
Sure. And then question for Jazz. So you guys have missed Lamaya the past couple of games, and this game in particular, she would have been great. She's a great runner, great energy. She's great. She's a great catch and shooter. So off of offensive rebounds, a great kick out. But as her teammate, what can you say about missing her?
Yeah, we definitely miss Lamaya a lot. Like, her getting injured was a big surprise. And especially the last game we played Florida State, she had, like 15 points. Like, she was a spark off the bench.
Yeah.
So we really could have used her tonight, and we miss her a lot being on the floor. Like, her energy, just her, like, personality, her charisma. Like, we miss her a lot. But, she'll be back next year.
Yep. And then you have Tosh stepping up, and you had Shay getting more minutes because of it. And, that's really important. Shay Dwyer played 25 minutes, She had 10 shots off. I thought she was really active. She goes 5 for 10 instead of 2 for 10. We're talking about a different game. But, she's got it. Some people are getting more minutes, and they're playing well. So we're going to recover.
Katie, can you talk about Jazz in the game? She had 13,
Oh, wow.
She had 13 rebounds for us.
She had 7 rebounds before I subbed her. I walked on the bench. She's like, "Am I okay? What's wrong?" I'm like, "You have 7 rebounds already. You're doing great." Jazz needs, she needs me in her corner. She needs to know how much I believe in her, to stay faithful. A couple times we were getting her, big shots where she putting it on the bounce, and she knows she's catch and shoot. It's her secret sauce. I keep telling her, and so I think that she knew the reads, she knew the time. I mean, at a certain point we were calling Jazz shy. I mean, when they're hot, we're going to keep doing it, and the whole team needs to respond and be a little bit more like Snoop Turnage and just move the ball to the people that are hot.
Anything else, guys?
I guess one more. What can you say about just Shy and the player you saw at the beginning of the year, the player you see now?
Yeah, no, she really, she's not scared of the big moment. She's really developed. Still trying to make sure she understands the looks and the timing on some of our plays, but she's willing to do whatever, and she's willing to. She's a ultra competitive young lady, ultra competitive, and she was hot and she needed to keep shooting, and she should have even shot more, to be honest, because she was making.